What if the global economy isn't as massive and unstoppable as it seems? What if trillions of dollars in trade, thousands of cargo ships, and the supply chains of entire nations all depend on just a handful of narrow passages on the map? At first glance, the world economy looks vast and decentralized. Ships travel across huge oceans. Countries produce goods on every continent. Technology connects markets instantly. It feels like no single place could ever control something so large. But here's the surprising truth. Welcome to its financial history too. Nearly 90% of global trade moves by sea ***, and most of it is forced through a few extremely narrow choke points, thin corridors of water where ships have no alternative route. And if just one of those choke points closes, the world economy can start to choke with it. Today we're uncovering the hidden geography of global power, the choke points that quietly control world trade. Because once you see them, you'll realize how fragile the global economy really is. To understand why these choke points matter so much, we have to go back long before container ships and oil tankers, back to the age when empires were built on controlling trade routes. For centuries, global wealth flowed along narrow paths. The Silk Road connected Asia to Europe through limited mountain passes. Whoever controlled those passages controlled the flow of spices, silk, and gold. Later, during the age of sailing empires, maritime choke points became even more important. European powers realized that controlling narrow sea routes meant controlling global commerce. The Portuguese understood this early. In the 1500s, they captured strategic ports along the route between Europe and Asia. By dominating these gateways, they could tax ships and control trade without conquering entire continents. This strategy would shape global power for centuries. Then came the Industrial Revolution. Steam engines, factories, and global demand for resources transformed trade into a massive system. Raw materials moved from colonies to industrial centers and manufactured goods flowed back. But despite the explosion in global trade, one thing never changed. **** ships still had to pass through the same narrow geographic bottlenecks. And those bottlenecks became some of the most strategically valuable places on Earth. The first major transformation came in 1869 with the opening of the Suez Canal. For the first time in history, ships could travel directly between Europe and Asia without sailing around Africa. The canal instantly shortened global shipping routes by thousands of miles. Trade surged. But the canal also created something new, a **** single point of failure *** for global commerce. Instead of spreading across multiple routes, massive amounts of trade now depended on one narrow channel in the Egyptian desert. And Suez was only the beginning. In 1914, another game-changing choke point opened, the Panama Canal. This engineering marvel connected the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, eliminating the need for ships to travel around South America. Suddenly, global shipping routes became even more concentrated. Two canals now controlled huge portions of world trade. But as the 20th century progressed, another type of cargo became the lifeblood of the global economy. ***oil***. And oil created new choke points. One of the most critical is the ***Strait of Hormuz***. This narrow passage between Iran and Oman is only about 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. Yet it handles roughly ***1/5 of the world's oil supply ***. That means if this single corridor closes, energy markets across the globe could be thrown into chaos. Then there's the ***Strait of Malacca located between Malaysia and Indonesia. It's one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. More than ***, 100,000 ships pass through it every year carrying goods from Asia to Europe and the Middle East. China, Japan, and South Korea all rely heavily on this route for energy imports and exports. If Malacca were blocked, ships would be forced to take a much longer route around Indonesia, adding time, cost, and risk. Another vital choke point sits between Europe and Africa, the ***Strait of Gibraltar***. Every ship entering or leaving the Mediterranean must pass through this narrow gateway. Together, these choke points form the hidden skeleton of the global trading system. But the real danger became clear only when things started to go wrong. In March 2021, the world witnessed how fragile global trade really is. A massive container ship called the Ever Given became stuck sideways in the Suez Canal. At first it seemed like a minor accident, but within hours, hundreds of ships began piling up behind it. Tankers, cargo ships, and container vessels were suddenly trapped. Global trade slowed to a crawl. Each day the canal remained blocked was estimated to cost around $9 to $10 billion in trade disruption. Factories in Europe began worrying about supply shortages. Oil prices fluctuated. Shipping companies scrambled to reroute vessels around Africa. And all of it happened because one ship got stuck in one canal. The Ever Given crisis lasted only 6 days. But it exposed a shocking reality. The global economy depends on a few extremely fragile choke points. History has shown the same pattern again and again. In 1956, the Suez Canal closed during the Suez Crisis, disrupting global oil supplies. In the 1980s, the Iran-Iraq War turned the Persian Gulf into a dangerous battlefield for oil tankers. Piracy in the Strait of Malacca once threatened major shipping routes before international patrols reduced the threat. Every time one of these choke points faces disruption, global markets react immediately. And the stakes keep getting higher, because global trade has grown dramatically. Today the world moves over $25 trillion in goods annually and a massive portion of it travels through these narrow passages. Which raises a critical question. Why hasn't the world solved this vulnerability? Governments and shipping companies have tried. One solution has been building larger ships to carry more cargo at once. But this actually increases the risk, because larger ships are harder to maneuver and more likely to cause blockages. Another solution has been creating alternative routes. China's Belt and Road Initiative aims to build land-based trade corridors across Asia and Europe. Russia has promoted the Northern Sea route through the Arctic as melting ice opens new shipping lanes. Pipelines attempt to bypass vulnerable oil routes. But each of these fixes comes with major limitations. Land routes are expensive and politically complex. Arctic shipping faces extreme weather and limited infrastructure. And pipelines can only move specific resources like oil or gas, not the thousands of consumer goods moving in containers. So the world remains dependent on maritime choke points. And in some cases, that dependence is growing. Global shipping volumes continue to rise. Supply chains stretch across continents. Industries rely on just-in-time deliveries that leave little margin for delays. Which means when choke points fail, the effects ripple everywhere. A blocked canal can delay car parts in Germany. A conflict near Hormuz can spike fuel prices in Asia. A disruption in Malacca can affect electronics production worldwide. Different events, different locations, but the same repeating pattern. A narrow passage controls a massive system. And when pressure builds at that point, the entire system feels it. This pattern isn't unique to shipping. We see similar choke points in global finance, semiconductor manufacturing, and rare earth minerals. Modern systems often look huge and complex. But beneath the surface, they rely on surprisingly small and fragile nodes. And those nodes quietly hold enormous power. So what can we learn from all this? First, geography still shapes the modern world more than we realize. Despite satellites, digital networks, and advanced technology, the physical layout of the planet continues to influence trade and geopolitics. Mountains, canals, and narrow seas still matter. Second, efficiency often creates hidden fragility. Global trade became incredibly efficient by concentrating routes through the fastest pathways. But efficiency removes redundancy, and that makes disruptions more dangerous. Finally, the next global crisis may not start with a financial crash or political decision. It might start with something much simpler. A blocked channel. A military standoff near a narrow strait. Or a single ship stuck in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because in a world where trillions of dollars move through a handful of narrow corridors, the smallest bottleneck can suddenly become the biggest story on Earth. And the real question isn't whether another choke point crisis will happen. It's when. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more deep dives into the hidden systems shaping the global economy, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because sometimes the most powerful forces in the world are the ones hidden in the narrowest places on the map.